Hi, I'm Peter. This is the Peter on Health channel. This video is called My Kinda Ugly Teeth. Um, I'm going to tell you, I had a couple of weeks ago, I had a teeth cleaning, and I hadn't done that but what, 10 years, or it was a long time. And the last time I had my teeth cleaned, the pain out of 10 was like an 8 or 9. Like every time, yeah, it was like, it was like it hurt like hell. And this time, 2 weeks ago, out of 10, it was like about a 2. Like hardly any pain. I think it was just where she started. I think it's bottom left or bottom, I can't remember where, but it was like, ugh, I flinched. And she's like, oh, I'll go. But anyway, like she did the whole mouth, and I maybe flinched another time, but otherwise it was like nothing. But I was like, kind of like that. And so clearly, like there was something about my teeth that improved like a hell of a lot, and I know what it is, and I'm going to describe it in this video. But the reason I brought up my teeth is, you know, in many other videos, I talked about my biological age, and the whole idea is like, I'm 61. I was born in 1963. So is that my age? Yeah, that's my chronological age. But what's my biological age? And I described this spreadsheet. I have 18 years of blood tests, and this is my chronological age. And this is according to a 2018 paper based on my blood tests. This is my biological age. So basically bouncing around 43. This year 43. Um, so I'm getting older chronologically, but kind of staying the same age biological. That's why I call this um, spreadsheet Peter Pan, right? Like, another year and I'm same age, So biological age. But anyway, that's my metabolical, system, like my energy, like, generating ATP, my mitochondria, the energy. And like in terms of, like analogy, like a car, this is the engine. This is the engine that generates the energy for, the car to do anything. Run the wipers, like whatever, honk, whatever. But like it's all based on the energy generated in the engine. And that's our metabolic, system in our body, and this spreadsheet is based on that. So basically, I'm a really healthy and energy system, and I'll say it again because I say it in all my videos. Some of them, I do not take any pharmaceuticals, and I don't even take any supplements. This is, my health is based simply on three things I do: sleep, well, food. This is food that we grow is free, but from the store, you have to pay for it. But exercise, all the exercise I do is free, and I'm just saying, like, fasting is free. So that's definitely free. And so yeah, like I'm trying to like convey this to you because that's totally against the the health system, the quote unquote American health system, which is just awful. Like they want you to be sick. They don't want you to die because then if you die, like they won't get your money. But if you just are like sick, but you keep and not feeling well, but you just keep going along, that's what they want you to be, right? Taking their meds, taking their surgeries, like whatever it is, right? Just keep you like not really healthy, unlike me, like super healthy. But like I said to you, this is based on my medical, system. Just like yesterday, I went to the hospital to get X-rays of my middle fingers. See that? This one goes up and then just turns at the last part, and then this one just goes and with the first knuckle, right? It just goes ding, and both of them were injured, playing basketball in the early '80s. This one was discolate, what do we call it when it, and it was pointing this way. And I came to the sideline, and the guy like just pulled it out, and we taped these two fingers together, and then I went back into the game. And it wasn't, properly set. So, 40 years later, this is what my fingers look like. Anyway, are these biologically 43? No, they're like, this one doesn't even bend, right? Look at that. I can't even bend this one. I do bar hanging in the morning, and I can't even use this finger, right? And this one here, even though it's straighter, has like some particles in it that if they get loose and they get stuck in the joint, I'm like, really in pain. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's an example. In my fingers and boutonniere deformities on the pinkies, right? That's from spraining it in basketball, sticking your hand up, basketball hits it, gets sprained and sprained and sprained, and then the is it cartilage or whatever it is that just pinches, and then that's what my fingers look like. So this is back in the '80s, and they weren't resetting your fingers. Um, so yeah, those are definitely older biologically, than 43. Probably older than 61, right? And my teeth are the same way. But like I say, I had this teeth cleaning a couple of weeks ago, and it didn't hurt. And why didn't it hurt? And I'll tell you why my teeth look like they do. See these teeth at the bottom, they're like folded in and leaning and whatever. Well, I'll tell you now, and then I'll tell you like why I didn't go to the dentist in the last 10 years. So when I was going to the dentist, and I never took care of my teeth properly in my youth, and that was a problem. Got cavities and blah, 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 blah. Ate shit food, and didn't learn about flossing until in between my two marriages. I was dating some girl, and she said, "Hey, where's your floss?" I'm like, "What's flossing?" So, I come from blue collar, but so then I just went to the dentist. Then I'm like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm supposed to go to the dentist." And the dental people told my gums were like kind of infected, and so what they did was they shaved away my gums, shaved them away, and then that made my teeth loose, up and bottom, and I bit into a nut, and these teeth folded in together. That's not the way they were before that. These things folded because I took a bite of a nut, and I could feel my teeth go doink, and then they folded in against each other. And I said to myself, those fucking dentists, shaving my gums, right? We have this regenerative body, right? And they make no money if you just, do it for, naturally without paying them. So basically, I guess most people, when this happened, I'd have to go back to them and they would do something else. And eventually, yeah, I'll probably have to get retainers or something to reset it. But I wanted to make sure I was doing something naturally first. So for, I don't know, 10 years, 5 years, it was somewhere between 5 and 10 years. I had lost all faith in dentists. COVID land, I lost all faith in doctors. Basically, the medical system is beyond corrupt, and it sucks in America. And so I just said to myself, well, I'll just keep brushing my teeth and whatever. But so doing that, my teeth were brown in the bottom there, kind of like, and not only were they brown, they were loose, right? I could feel my teeth, I could jiggle them, jiggle the bottom, jiggle, they were like loose. And I was like, basically they were just hanging on by their fingernails, right? And so I get on YouTube and I watch different videos, and YouTube recommends stuff to me. Now this video got recommended to me a year ago. And this dentist woman, Dr. Ellie Phillips, and her video was titled "How to Regrow Receding Gums, Fix Gum Recession at Home," right? And what's interesting is I never even did a Google search on that I recall. I just know it was in my head. I was thinking about it. Maybe I talked about it with my wife or something, mentioned that my teeth were loose. I can't remember, but I'm just saying, out of the blue, YouTube recommends me this video. So maybe it was just spying on, maybe I was having conversations with somebody about my loose teeth and about you complaining about the dentist and how it's, fucking idiots shaved away my gum, and stupid me for trusting them. But anyway, so maybe this spying worked, and Google with YouTube recommended this. And anyway, I'll just play a little snippet. You can hear her voice.
Well, there's a lot going on here. I realize that. And I'm going to try and simplify this. But it is a complicated topic because it occurs a lot, and there's a great deal of misunderstanding about the reasons or the causes for gum recession.
So the long and short of what she says, and it's really simple. It's right up here in the top left corner. It's not about brushing, but it's about acidity. Acidity, like our mouths can have a pH level. The saliva has a pH level, and the pH can be acidic or it can be alkaline or somewhere in the middle. And most of us just walk around all day with mouths that are acidic. And what she said in the video, I highly recommend it. I'll put it in the show notes. But she said that acidity is the environment that the bad bacteria that causes bad breath, it causes cavities, it causes all kinds of shit. And then we get older, the bacteria escapes and gives us a heart attack. You know what I mean? Like that bad bacteria in our mouth lives in acidity. But if you can get your mouth to be alkaline, then basically the bad bacteria dies. It can't live in an alkaline environment. And so long and short of it, like, it's a long video and she gets into the science of it, and it's really interesting. But I will say what's really interesting about it, and I'm going to take off my headset here. Probably smacked. It's trivial. Okay, like, am I using any esoterics? No, I'll tell you what I do. So I had to like mix this with my fasting schedule. Usually I eat one meal a day, and today I've already eaten the one meal. And so when I'm done the one meal and I feel satiated, I'm full. Like I've mentioned before, fasting brought that feeling back to me, like the feeling of fullness, like oh, I couldn't eat another bite. That's it, I'm done. As I got older, like I was losing that feeling of satiety, but fasting brought it back. I get hungry to eat, I eat, and I'm eating and eating, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting close to full, and I eat that last bit, and I'm like, okay, I'm stuffed, I can't eat another bite. So there, I'm done eating, and so what do? Well, I'll just show you with this picture. I take a toothpick, and I get the food out of my teeth because I have all these gaps and things, from the gum, the dentist, did to me. And I pick out the food, just pick it, just get like whatever food's in there, little bits of nuts or whatever I'm eating. Corn is the hardest, right? Because it's like all over the place, and you're like getting these pieces out. Then what I do is I take xylitol mints and I chew some xylitol gum, and they have a little bit of calories in them. So this is all part of my caloric intake, from the meal, and then after the meal. So I start the teeth system with that, a toothpick, and then xylitol gum and mints. This is recommended by Dr. Ellie Phillips. Then this is her protocol. This closest ultra sensitive mouthwash. For 1 minute, I gargle with that around the teeth. Okay, once the minute is up on my phone, then in the morning, I have a morning brush and I have a before bed brush. And what she says is you got to have these two brushes and you have to leave them out in the air for 24 hours to make sure there's no bacteria left in them. So that's what I do. Just put them in this glass hanging, not touching this, not touching that, just hanging in the air. So this is the brush I used this morning. It's the morning brush and it's a soft brush. This is the type of toothpaste she says, and it has to be, it's not any Crest, it's this Crest cavity protection, regular paste, blah, blah, blah. And so she gives reasons why it's that particular version, right, of Crest. Crest has, a zillion versions. But anyway, brush along the gums, upper, lower, just brush, brush, brush. And then once that's done, then this Listerine Original. Again, Listerine has many versions, but she's saying I take the Listerine Original. And so 1 minute of that, and then 1 minute of this Act Anti-Cavity mouthwash. And again, they make different versions, and she says make sure you get this version because it has the right proportion of whatever the ingredient is in there for your teeth. And then I complete my morning teeth ritual again with 2 xylitol mints and 2 xylitol gums. And that's my morning ritual. My evening ritual before I go to bed is the exact same thing, minus the mints and the gums and the toothpick, because I didn't eat anyway. It's just right before bed. So once in the morning after my morning meal, and then once before bed. And then there's certain days where I'll eat in the morning and I just might feel hungry at 4 o'clock, so I'll eat again. And if I eat again, then I will use the toothpick and I'll finish the teeth brush. I won't do the teeth brushing, but I'll just clear my mouth with the toothpicks and then have the mints and the gum, the xylitol. And the whole idea is, it's this picture. Now, I'll show you what this is. So when I started, you get on, Ellie's channel and I watched a few of her videos, and maybe it was that video, maybe it was another one, but she talks about, these different things you get, the Listerine version, this version, not that, the Crest, like I said. But she also mentioned this you can get on Amazon, and what it is, it's a little tape. You just cut off a little bit of an inch, and you do it, and you do it right away, and so that's 6.2, so that's very alkaline. My mouth is very alkaline. And I did a test because I ate I don't know, an hour ago at least. And what this is, early on in this system, I tested right after I finished eating. So I finished doing my teeth, I brushed my teeth, whatever the way I said, and then I took the xylitol, and then that's the 0 minute. And my mouth was very acidic, very acidic. So 8.0, it's somewhere up here at the top. But within 10 or 15 minutes, it had gone alkaline. Now, the way the system works is these are dry, right? Because I did this over 35, 65, 90 minutes. 90 minutes I did this over just to check if the alkalinity lasted, and it sure did. So yeah, I just wanted to see every 5 minutes, was my saliva staying alkaline, and it sure did. And but the way this works is, and it says on it, right on the box here, dip into solution, like your saliva, remove it once, immediately compare to the chart. So because while it's still wet or whatever, that's the color. Because if you just let it sit, it'll change color over time. So in this, they all went back to the yellow, color. Oh well, this is actually orange tape. But the yellow you could see is uh, you know, getting toward quite alkaline, like extremely alkaline. And anyway, long story short, I will just say what's cool about that system. Well, the thing I just reported at the beginning of this video, that I had a teeth cleaning 2 weeks ago. It used to be like flat out torture for me and hurt like hell. And this one was a day in the park compared to it. So something happened to my teeth. The next thing I'll say in the video, she says, okay, well, this might take you 6 months for your teeth to like start, your gums to start working again, and firming up your teeth, and your breath to like fix, and the teeth to get whiter. And for me, it happened in like a week or two. Like within a week, I remember this because like I tell you, like I'm coming up to my 5th year anniversary of not being ill at all. I'm saying no earaches, no headache, no cough, no sniffle, no nothing. Like I just haven't been at all ill. I have a Fitbit. It records all the, it's all, I just no illness, no illness, no illness, right? And within a week or two of starting this Ellie Phillips protocol that I showed you, I started feeling like a little soreness in the back of my temporal mandibular joint, like it's right in the back here. And I like remembered that. I was like, oh, isn't that? And I remembered it was from my a teeth thing, like basically that some teeth bacteria got loose and inflamed my lymphs back here, and it was sore. And here it was, a week or two into Ellie's protocol, and I was having soreness there, and I'm like, am I getting sick? What's up? I don't get sick anymore. And you know what I think it was? I think it was the bacteria. It's what Ellie said. You make your mouth alkaline. I prove it was alkaline with this, tape. And basically, that bad bacteria that had been like camping out like homeless, bacteria in my mouth for decades, they just fled like Gavin Newsom when sent the goon squad to move the homeless out of San Francisco. Like these were like gone, right? Like Ellie Phillips said, make it alkaline in a simple protocol. I do, and boom, within a week or two, I had soreness in my joint, which was a signal that my bacteria were fleeing and leaving me, right? And the other amazing thing I'll say is, oh, I'm trying to wiggle my teeth, and my teeth like are very firm now. They used to be like I could wiggle the back teeth, like pull it out if I wanted to, right? And now I think just the upper ones. It's a little wiggle. It used to be a huge wiggle. Basically, my teeth are firming up. That's remarkable. In fact, I got x-rays done on my teeth right before I had the teeth cleaning, and they said, I think on this side, I got like no bone left. Like there's like, basically it's floating in thin air. So it should be really loose, but it wasn't. Even the dentist was like doing the wiggling of my teeth, and he's like, I've never seen that, He's like, you got a complete bone loss and your teeth is firm, right? So yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, thank you, Dr. Ellie. you know, um, nobody taught me that before. Like nobody even taught me about. I don't even floss in this thing. Even she says in the video, you don't even need to floss, right? And I had like a toothpick and like a energy toothpick. You know what I mean? Like the with the water and the brush and the mechanical. I don't do any of that anymore. Don't do any of that. Like just like it's just so simple and so cheap. That's it. This is a normal toothbrush, right? It's not a mechanical one, and it works. It works. I'm living proof. So when I think I said in an earlier video, like my teeth are 90. I don't think they're 90 anymore. Like I'm actually bringing them back to, um, you know, be consistent with my biological age if I can. I think with the last things here and here, I'm gonna have to go get like a retainer that'll sit there and then set in there, and I'll keep using Dr. Ellie's system.
and then my teeth at least will be straight and they won't be folding in on each other caused by the stupid dentist who shaved my gums. And yeah, then I'll have even go back to teeth that appear, like they're healthy. I mean, right now they're functional. I can eat and they stay white. I'll just say also too, they were brown in these lower ones that were, a year of Dr. Ellie's system had whitened all my teeth. They had whitened, mostly, but the lower ones here that are folded in on each other like stayed brown. And I thought I hadn't evicted. I thought those were like the bad bacteria that were still hiding, like homeless people, like evicted by Newsom, but these were under a bridge and, they couldn't be found and stuff. And it turns out it wasn't. It was just coffee stains. That's it. Coffee stains, right? And I take 2 or 3, cups of black coffee in the morning usually. And all I learned was, okay, I take a few sips of coffee, I get some water, I swish it, so I clear out the coffee, so it doesn't like set and stain on my teeth. So that's my new protocol. I don't wait to finish my coffee before drinking my water. I do both at the same time. Sip the coffee, swish. It's simple, right? Like I'm drinking water anyway, I'm drinking coffee anyway. And if I don't want to have coffee stained teeth, that's what I do. And anyway, I drink the coffee with my breakfast and I'm brushing my teeth after. So I'm swishing to keep the coffee stains away and then brushing the teeth like right after it anyway. So basically, coffee stains are not on these teeth anymore, right? They're not there. It's now a step back to the whole, fucking dentist. So anyway, that's my kind of ugly teeth. That they're ugly. I will say partly because of me. Sure, me trusting the dentist to shave the gums, but I'll say those dentists should have known a lot more than that. They should know what Dr. Ellie knows, right? And I'll say one reason again. I'll tell you one reason the dentists don't do Dr. Ellie's protocol. Look at the protocol. You can buy this at Safeway. This is at Safeway, this Safeway, this Safeway. This stuff is, if it's not Safeway, or Amazon, right? You can get this stuff. You don't have to go to Dr. Ellie's store and buy them, but she'll sell them to you. But I'm just saying, like they're like common things you get in the grocery store. Now she says it has to be specifically those, and she says in the video how even if you get different version of one, the whole system might not work. So, but what I'm saying is the things that she has in her system are trivial and cheap and whatever. And so where's the money for Ellie? Where is the money for Ellie? Now I will say I bought her book. I haven't read it yet. I need to read it because it's freaking working. Thank you, Ellie. And I think I bought some mints from her. Like there's a Dr. Ellie's xylitol mints on Amazon. So I bought that once or twice and then I just end up buying the cheapest version of the xylitol mints. And yeah, but that's the point. She can't make money off people who don't want to pay her. They just say, oh, thank you for the info, Ellie, and I'll move on. And but again, like people like me are really thankful for her, so I do want to give her some money. And I think a lot of people do that with her, right? Like, because you feel good about her. Whereas like dentists, they're like regular doctors. They want your teeth to suck, to be like, needing their cleaning, right? Yeah, that's what I think. Like, why didn't I hear this before? Because there's no money in it for the dentist. And if it worked perfectly for my teeth and kept the cavities away and kept the bad bacteria away and kept my breath good and all that, like if I was you, if you're young and your teeth are straight and white and all that stuff, and you start doing Ellie's thing, you might never need to see a fucking dentist. Look at Ellie's teeth in the video. Well, anyway, like, come on, smile, Ellie. Yeah, there. Like, anyway, she's got like white ass straight teeth, right? I'm just saying, you can do that too, right? And so yeah, so there you go. So I will say, yes, I'm biologically, metabolically 43. I'm not 91 in my teeth. I'm maybe my chronological age, 61, right? And if I can get the retainer so that they're straight and whatever, and then even if I have bone loss, but they're all functional and working, then maybe they'll be just a little bit younger than my chronological age, or maybe it'll just track along my chron age. I don't know, but my point is, my teeth are not as nearly bad as I thought by their just appearance. That brown that was on the lower teeth wasn't hiding bacteria. It was just a coffee stain that was easily cleaned and now easily kept off by swishing water. So anyway, that's the story of my kinda ugly teeth. Stay healthy, my friends.